Barça is confident. I just think you can't kill tanks as Kled. You don't really have that much damage in your kit to kill tanks like this.
Who kills tanks in this comp? The Corki.
I mean, you have
to play around that mid lane. Now, what I'm looking at is not necessarily Thager, but White in. He was literally Chocolade's shadow in their semi-final series. So I'm looking to see when does that Nautilus get freed from lane to walk around mid lane.
I think Trade's going to remount, get all his HP back, but
good music.
He's going to really need this crash right here. The wave is being held by White Knight, so there's going to be a
we're looking bot because, yeah, the 2v2 is going to start off first. Flash from Whiting going into Crowning. Barry comes out, but first blood over to Reckless as Legolas is looking for the trade. Instant flash in return. Meanwhile, Bounce goes down in topside, but Reckless is taking down Legolas. The Ghost has just worn off. Reckless needs a couple more autos and a Shattering Strike, but only just Legolas on his escape route. Flash from Reckless. Look at him go. Horsey's coming in. The Steel Horse with a crash
He's
down.
Still going.
A flash Shattering Strike would do it, but Legolas is going to be safe.
That was just an attempt. A really nice turnaround from Vele right here to help Nemesis push out that wave.
Did that a lot in last game. I feel like you could even say game one is right at the Arcane. Instantly onto Chocolade. Whiting's going to try and stop it. Chocolade flashes. Now both mid laners without the summoner.
I mean, the theme of this game is going to be Immobile Control Mage versus Immobile Artillery Mage. Who can get ganked the least? I think... Wait,
it's Thager. It's the jungler who's getting ganked the most.
Baus is in no man's land a little bit.
Baus is the one in trouble though. There's the counter strike. A stun up. He dismounts at a good time, but a searing charge means he goes nowhere. He flashes over the wall. Here comes the Call the Forge God for a kill, and Baus is dead now, having nothing up and available.
However, he had pushed the wave, and there's a couple of creeps that are lost.
So being down isn't going to be the end of the world, but if there's a fight beforehand, that could be problematic. Val, you're going to look for a gank down in bot side.
Doesn't care about the ward though, because all he needs is a pillar, an instant flash, a crash down. Whiting has nowhere to go. He's got no flash, and so with that pillar, it's a free kill salvaged over to Velya. He's everywhere. This series, Velya happens to be everywhere.
Reganking down bot side. Popping the flash. Sorry, the...
While Baus adds pressure on the top, we talk about the minion wave denied, we talk about his constant pushing in. It also enables them to consistently just pick up these dragons.
Also, no one really talks about the kind of...
Cold completion, maybe 22 at best. So that's going to be a little bit late. Grub started up. Is Thager going to play for 2 or 1 grubs here? That's the question.
Fight. Thager doesn't have his flash available. 5 seconds on that as well. 1 grub at the very least for now. Barça want to try and find 2 and see what they can do with a bit of time held at their hands. Legolas coming in. But the team that needs everything in this series starting now. It comes off an engage. Thager doesn't pull it in. Lost Ratones still trepidatiously tiptoeing in as Nemesis is pulled back in. A great engage, so Reckless pulls them together, makes them kiss, and Barça trying to get that second grub will succeed, but how goes the fight? They get chomp for a bit, his AD reduced, Reckless re-engage, the jump on from the Jax, he's carrying, Thager being the hero for Spain, but as Reckless gets yet another stun, and Nemesis sits there for fun, the damage and range is enough, Nemesis just missing Reckless, will have to finish the job, and pick up 3 kills in the early game. Legolas will run, but not for much longer. As Lost Ratones in this same spot win another big team fight.
Chocolade's Ori ultimate doesn't quite find enough there, and there's no follow-up, whereas on the other side, Lost Ratones...
As we get Thager down in yet another lane, Call the Forge gone on to Baus. Ulti gonna pop, run into Thager. Here comes Velya to save the day into Mini Kled. And Baus wants to remount. There's a pillar out. Bellow's breath is doing damage, and Baus is playing on the edge of this one, but Velya might be able to do it himself. He's got his ulti out. That subjugation slowing down Thager and sapping away his energy. Is White Knight now with no mana to escape, and with a remount, Baus has everything up and available. It's going to turn into a dive. Searing charge, though. Makes it a 1-for-1. Shotgun out. Baus is dead right of the Arcane. Helps out in the end. It's a massacre. It's a bloodthirsty fight, but Velya stays there to pick up the piece.
Super weak walking into this one, so FFing it here for Barça I think is the best move.
And one thing we didn't talk about is the Nemesis chunks that are starting to come through, because the Xerath does have a lead, and this is what he does, is that Nautilus tries to face check, and look at this. The big engage tool can't walk into River. Whiting gets chunked out again. Second dragon down.
That's possible, because you outscale anyway. We've seen it the same in C9 with, there was a Gwen matchup into set with Whipper, and that's the idea. Legolas.
Right of the Arcane, Legolas taking big damage. Reckless was there, flash forced out, and Ghost. Legolas now with nothing here. It's Crowny. He just took a blast cone into a Nautilus and a Jax. Pillar might try and save his life with a depth charge. Crowny flashes away, but it's matched. Thager now, he just has to survive as long as he can, but he can't, because Velya's whacking away with his club. This guy's pulling out some magic from caveman to wizard, Velya just being fed kills again. How is this guy always so damn strong as Legless has now walked in after he lost his double sums? Nemesis or Reckless, it doesn't matter. The kill's going over as Chocolate gets Velya. And we devolve into chaos in an 18-kill game, while LR still somehow keep getting more gold off of every passing play. Just ignore Baus. They're just going to keep running after each other. He might dismount while the forward god comes in. White Knight will have some backup. There's a triple Hexgate usage here. Baus is going to remount now, but he is dead. Thager gets the kill, but top turret for Baus.
And Lara like the...
Here, flash away as he's chomping. He's going to get run down by Chocolate here, but make no mistake, the hero of this place was Velya. This play, rather.
Well, the hero died to Chocolate.
Yeah, well, he does die.
Which is very important, right? Because you get a big shutdown on the Orianna. We talked about how they need more items onto Chocolate, and right now Barça, they have the full control of the river.
Here he comes from South America. And Baus is coming in. No, the south of America. Pause for that. Baus is going to go into mini and probably die at the start of this fight.
He's
As
out.
he runs out, he somehow survives. Crash down, CC, stun out, and Crowny gets the kill. How did no one from LR die there? More importantly, how did Baus survive? As Chocolate at half HP, it's a poke from Nemesis that continues to hurt out, and this guy is starting to one-shot. The range again ensues.
And very importantly, Baus TP's back in to put pressure over on the tops of the map now that Barça are on reset timers because they got chunked down so hard. So midlane's getting chunked for free, toplane's getting pushed for free from Baus TPing back, and Thager cannot even access his own jungle.
Yeah, mid tower might fall here, especially with the...
He's dead. He's stunned and he's
wait
dead.
a minute.
Nemesis is huge. Nemesis is unbelievable
wait,
right
actually,
now.
how do you miss a spell on Pillar, CC? I guess that's the idea here. The setup's really, really nice with frontline. And Baus TPing back, like you said, Trouble, and the wave clip from Titanic is...
Oh, Dredge line. Velya chops and gets it anyway. Depth charge. They're getting annoyed. Barga getting annoyed because at 6k gold down, they wanted something. Now they do punish Velya. 1 and a bit items. An Orianna that isn't scaling or anywhere close. Barca trying to win this fight and stop the scaling.
Yeah, sending 3 down bot side for Los Ratones means that they can move into river, get mid push, then move into river and take control first. 2 wards in the banana bush. Going to be really hard to take control of as one is used to mark a flank down in bot side, I believe. But still, face checking this is the task for Los Ratones. Can they do it? Reckless has his buffer on any CC.
Stun. It begins. Nemesis damage. Can Barca find anything more? Crowny's in trouble and he will be isolated and taken down. That's great. 1 kill for the Spanish rebels fighting this battle. LR, though, have sent Baus towards mid. It's only a 3rd dragon, but now the fight begins.
And Or and Orianna are super chunked down, so if Nemesis finds the mark right here, they could turn this around.
Velya with an angle. That's what matters here. You look in the picture-in-picture. Turret going down. The Dragon gets them low. Wide in for an engage. Onto Reckless. Crash down to disengage. Nemesis still buying that space as he needs, but his zone control massive. Chains Corruption not connecting. And a long-form engage from White Knight that has no follow-up. Walking into Nemesis is a disaster. Is a horror. Is a mismatch. A shockwave good, but again, where are the kills? Thager gets subjugated by Velya, and subjugated he will be with the chains lashed off. It's now Legless in a 1 versus 3, but Nemesis keeps firing and firing and firing and firing, and Legless doesn't have a single chance against the right of this Arcane.
How do they keep doing it in every single game, finding the 4 versus 5, using the Zerath's range and
really played that front to back that we really talked about from Champ Select.
It feels like this moment is layering in the sand that these fights seem impossible. Barca are 8,500 gold in the ground. Close moments within this game and the last, but as you said, Trouble, no front-to-backs have happened.
Oh,
no moments of shockwave from Chocolate and he flashes. But with the right of the Arcane again, all it needs to hit is 1 more. An objective bounty, yes, for bot. But a kill through mid, opening up towards the inhib.
Is he soloing Atakan?
I think Velya might be soloing Atakan.
Oh, he's
Brownie's going to help. But Baus is here to defend bot, so...
Yeah, Velya's health bar wasn't moving. He could definitely do the solo if he wanted to. But just going to accelerate a little bit with Crowny here. They're trying to cross-map. Can Baus clear the way? Probably not.
Chains of Corruption. Bit of range here. There's good damage. He does pay respect. He's trying to get out, but a depth charge has now burnt quite a lot. Objective bounty is nice, and Baus in a small mini Kled gets out. That engage would have hit. He would have found his mark, and 2 turrets here for Barca stimulates some gold growth.
On the other side, Atakan, the whole top quadrant of Thager's jungle, and a tower just about to take a huge hit from the side of Barca. So Barça are in pretty desperate scenarios right now. You need to make some picks. You need to grab some shutdowns. Tower's gonna go down. Atakan's gonna go down. The whole top side of the jungle is gonna go down. And Baus
they're not letting them breathe. Bear trap on a rope. Wide in, looking to be reeled back in. There's no chains of corruption. LR a little bit short of the engage for now, but they're chasing Barça back. Though you're also on the way in, but you look at the timing here. It's with a wave crashing in for inner turret. Bit of gold, maybe an opportunity to fight again.
They haven't been able to spend the gold from taking the tier 2 tower, which was their cross map. If they fight at this point in time, they are no stronger than they were 5 minutes ago. So it's really important that they find this reset. The backs being delayed means that Lost Ratones are going to take a tier 2 of themselves.
Stun doesn't connect, but Nemesis, all he has to do is auto-attacking to get mana back. His damage still immense with Magi's as well. Needlessly large in inventory. He's onto his 3rd item now.
The problem here is there's so much weight.
Barca's going to take this fight. You know he is, but Thagan's also
There's 4 members around.
I guess that's probably why he's not showing for now.
Empowered recall.
Oh, they're coming. Oh, they're coming.
Well,
look on your minimap.
I mean, because objective bounty's being picked up. And for Barca, credit to them. They're actually starting to break down some of these turrets, but Barca's going to cut off the escape route. Maybe the last charade, the last fight is in here for Barca, but onto Checolate. The bear trap on a rope from Baus is putting down some damage. He's caught out, though, before the rest of LR are coming in. Reckless, too. With a windmill ulti in, he dies, but White Knight now finds Nemesis at full range. The rest of the team trying to get there, but Nemesis still not far enough close. As Barca are getting poked out a little bit. Thaga gets a good ulti down onto Crowny, but the damage is not there. He flashes, and this is how far behind they are. Into Nemesis, that won't cut it. Bjorn gets away, back to his station. But White Knight, now that he's gone,
he's looking.
No one to defend Legolas, and White in.
Has flash.
Over the wall, Velia takes a jump. White In's going to be next, and this grand final is once again being smothered by Lost Ratones back-to-back right now on the cards, and all it takes is one more team fight, one more base to crumble.
And that was a winning fight for Barca. They had gotten
for White Knight as well. Really trying to send it with the engage. They're running down Nemesis as best as he can, but he gets trundle ulted and he's just one shot, and he has to back away on such low HP. He can't find the engage.
Oh, you know, it was the Turkish League almost able to take him down. Same again with Boostgate. But then, since then, it's been stomps, it's been domination, a chains of corruption, buffered ulti from Baus, but with an Ornn ulti coming out, remember, Baron's up in 11 seconds. If Baus dies here, there are still no big ultis for Barca, so 4 versus 5, but you're 8,500 gold in the dirt. You need to find something without those ultis. He was dancing.
Wait.
Yep.
Okay.
Fair enough. White Knight was dancing. So what else can you do?
All right.
And then he finds a kill.
Legolas?
Legolas. This is the part where Zarath can one
Okay.
shot.
Really good. Oh
my god. Oh my dear
god.
god.
The Storm Surge.
Storm Surge kills him.
So that pick on the Baus now means nothing.
He had flash.
I don't think he expects the Storm Surge artillery into the blind pick control mages.
But this guy can play everything. This is the problem. Nemesis, what a tournaments he's had towards the end of NLC. There were some question marks. I know he wasn't having the best performance, but he came into EMEA Masters and he's been taking names. Now
chasing Baus again.
Doing the same. Shockwave going to be bringing him back in. White in is here. And to contribute as Baus flashes over, there's a dredge line waiting. He'll go into small Kled, but even though he dies again, even though he's now way past the 120 deaths, with the push through mid, LR are trying to take some more base defenses with all the members showing through bot. This is going to be the straw that breaks the already broken camel's back.
It's 5 versus 4, but very crucial ultimates are missing from the sort of Barca. Can they turn it around? They're tipping in.
They're going to use themselves a Hex Gate onto Velia. They've got an isolated target. That's nice. With teleport. Thaga now joins in, or rather, is Checolade. But look, Lost Ratones on different members. Reckless missing that ulti. It's a bit chaotic. It's a bit crazy, but it works because Lost Ratones, they're rats with crazy minds. Right of the Arcane again. And for Barca running back to their base, there's no place like home, but there is no longer home. Teleport to the last Nexus turret, but with the minions already in the base, this might just be it.
Crowny chunks, Velia chomps, and Lost Ratones Lila!
They already did this 3-0 in IJC in winter. They're doing it again versus Barca in spring. It seems so simple, taking down Europe, one country at a time. We ask, who can stop them? Who can stop this infestation of rats? It's a new dynasty, new era. It's NLC's time to shine. And led by the Lost Ratones, your back-to-back spring EMEA champions. They do it all again.
What more can you say? Absolute domination.